All right, so obviously everyone's talking about the season finale. It's great. As far as the mythology, which totally screws with their heads. What can you tell us as far as paranormal activity for this upcoming season? Like what new kind of supernatural creatures or mythology is going to be introduced?
Well, what we introduced, I think we're going to focus a lot on certainly the first part. I can't really speak to the second half of the season. But the first half of the season, I think we're going to really enjoy Klaus. And him being not only an original, but sort of being the bastard child of the original family. Because now he's a hybrid. And he's lifted the curse. So it'll be sort of watching what he does. He has a whole plan behind it all. And of course, Stefan is part of that plan. And he sets it in motion, like in the very first episode. And we play that out for a while.
No fae, no fairies?
No fairies.
Okay.
No fairies. However, I started liking that these last couple of weeks, and sure glad I was enjoying it.
Now,
can you tell us more about Becky, Stefan's old friends, and what kind of trouble she'll be causing,
no one yet has been confirmed. However, we're right in the process of it, right in the middle of it. And what was the other question?
What kind of trouble will she cause?
Well, I think, once again, it's so hard to talk about this show because, what this show lives and dies on its sort of fun twists and turns. And I hesitate to just say anything about the character because we hope that it's going to be a very surprising sort of addition to the show. And it'll come in and they still play someone that, that interacts with Seth. And it's about as much as I can do it.
will we be looking into Klaus and Elijah's families this season?
That's the idea. Is we have so much story to tell with regard to what's happening in Mystic Falls and the little road journey that Klaus and Stefan are on. Dana and Elena's attempt to save him, and what Klaus is actually up to. I'm not exactly sure how much of the original family we'll get to, but yes, you're going to meet a few of the original families, and hopefully, Elijah will return at some point. We have no set plans yet, but we definitely love him so much. We want Elijah back, and there's just so many characters and so many storylines that are sort of rich, but we're hoping that as the season progresses, by the end of the season, it all comes together. Because we do sort of have a bunch of loose threads right now, and Julie and I worked out this master plan that ties it all together. But it's once again some mythologies, chapter by chapter by chapter, and by the end of the season, it'll all sort of make sense.
Well, because you have so many twists and turns of the show, and people love how there's big reveals in almost every episode, as the seasons progress, does that get more and more difficult to do?
Well, it does if you sit around trying to think of twists and turns. But I don't let the writers do that. I think what we really need to do is focus on the character's behavior, the choices they make, their desire, their want, and what they're after, and tell a compelling, emotional story. Because if you tell an emotional story, then the twists and turns just reveal themselves. They really do. And if we just look at the script and go linear, this is where we want to end up. So once you have the emotional journey, you can go back and re-engineer how you tell it to create the twist. Because I know where I'm going to end up, and so I'll just throw in the other element, which throws it all a miss. And if I say I want you, well, clearly I'm going to say I want you. It surprises. You know what I mean? It's the fun of the show.
Yeah, you do it very well.
It's fun for me because I feel like reading all those paperback mystery novels when I was a kid has finally paid off.
Are there any additional cues from the novel that you'll be taking, or at this point is it a departure from the novel?
It's kind of hard now because we've departed so much, but whenever we have the opportunity, we try to circle back, or we try to, bring it. We try to bring in whatever we can.
Now, with Jeremy, now he's seeing the ghost of his ex-girlfriend. Where can we see this going? Will it affect his mental state? And will he eventually, what will they have him do?
Well, the thing with Jeremy is when we started the show, he was dealing with the death of his parents, and he was sort of on the wrong track. And I think it'll be interesting to see how he responds to seeing dead people, and what that means. And it's going to be sort of the first chapter of first 6 episodes really do dive into his trying to understand what's going on with him. Because he died for like an hour, and so something happened in an hour that has allowed him to see his dead people. And what are they actually? Are they ghosts? Are they trying to reach you? Because ghosts either haunt you for either revenge, or they're trying to love you or come to peace with you, or they're trying to warn you, or they're trying to tell you something. And so he's going to sort of figure out exactly what is going on, what they're trying to tell him.
He's not going to stay. He's not going to stay like a regular, like a human character, while everyone else is taking on these supernatural.
I think you just said it yourself. We have all these characters, whether they're human or not, like Jeremy, who has a ring, who has a supernatural connection. And here you have Matt, who is our last standing human, and now he knows, and now he's in the know as a result of last year. And so I think it's going to be interesting to watch him play that out. With Caroline, with his best friend Tyler, and his ex-girlfriend Elena, who's a human. And, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be interesting.
It's interesting to say about.
But we want to keep him human. We like that idea.
Well, it's nice to have the humans around.
Yeah, right.
My question is, getting to the whole, what are they as far as Anna coming back? Are we going to delve into vampires episode? That kind of whenever we dealt with what happens to vampires after they've been killed. So are we going to dive into the whole question of what happens afterwards? I mean, is that going to be a topic?
Oh, after that?
Yeah, after vampires.
Yeah, you know what? We do touch on it actually. Within our mythology, it's like, what else is out there? In a regular human life, we all have some sort of faith where we believe in some sort of other world and a heaven, or where do vampires go? And or humans go? We don't know. It's that question. So it'll be interesting. We're going to touch on it without being religious.
Relationship-wise, what can you tease us with for season 3?
Well, I think the fun is the obvious, which is Damon and Elena's relationship and how it progresses in the pursuit for Stephanie and trying to save Stephanie and if he can even be saved or not. It's sort of going to watch their relationship. Because, Damon is being thrust into this role of hero now, and we saw it happening in the second season. And it's a role that he's not good at, and it's a role he's not comfortable with. And, a man can only save so many people before he's going to flip. So I think my favorite part of all this is writing Damon and sort of watching him be this reluctant hero who is one step forward, 3 steps back. I save you, then I kill 3 people. It's going to be sort of that kind of conflict constantly for him, because now he's friends with Elena, and Elena's there saying it's not okay to kill people. You can't do it anymore, or I'm done. And it's his nature. That's who he is. So he's still going to be battling a lot of that, and also his romantic feelings for her. And I think she's going to be faced with what Catherine said at the end of the show, which is it's okay to love both of them. And it might not be. So, not for her. That was Catherine's choice. May not be Elena's choice. And so I think that's going to be the rest of our series, is that one line she uttered. Because she does love both of them. And it's what she does about it. It's all about you can love a lot of people, but it's your actions. It's the actions you take. And so that's going to be her turn, which I'm so excited about. Yeah.
That's all the time we have.